everyone, and welcome to Podfight Vancast. Yes, it is your standard podcast about Cardfight Vanguard. As always, you've ridden me from your ride deck today. You thought, you know what, I'm going to guarantee that ride because I've got other cards in my hand that I will use for other things. So you've whipped me out of your ride deck. That's right, it's me, your Vanguard, your grade 3 Nate. Maybe in order to ride me, you had to discard a card. What was that card you discarded? Oh crap, you've just discarded the wrong one. It was Ryan. Say hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. Oh, that hurts. You discarded me, people. Don't discard me.
They discarded you today, man. I don't know what to tell you.
So, my friend, another week down.
Another week down. We're closer to Cardfight Vanguard's anime reveal and all the cards. It still feels like a mile away.
It does, but we're getting closer. We are getting closer. It's official.
Well, it is official. It is official. And to sort of warm us up, to get our creative, not creative, it's nothing creative at all. For us, for you and I to get our creative juices flowing, they've given us some good stuff to look at. We have seen Brandt Gate revealed in all its glory, folks. No new artwork for characters I didn't see, so it looks like we're done there. Poor Rudy won't be able to look at his...
it was a little bit sad this week, but then he saw the cards and he was back to being happy. So that's right. That's all right.
Well, we've got plenty to say about Brandt Gate. We've got a lot in Brandt Gate. They've revealed a ton of other cards as well. That sort of snuck by. You have to jump onto the wiki to find those. So there's been a few more reveals. There was a bit of controversy in the world of Cardfight Vanguard this week, right?
Yes, there was.
A little bit of controversy that we'll talk about too. But all of that is coming up right after our very first segment, folks. The Oracle Drink Tank.
I don't wanna know what you were thinking. I only care about what you were drinking. Hey, tell me, what was that drink you just sang? Right here on Oracle Drink Tank. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For those of you over the age of 18 or 21, come sit down at our Cardfight table, our standing Cardfight table. Ryan, remember that time we tried to build one?
Yes.
We never actually pulled it off?
No.
We'll have to do it this time around. Let's do it this time around.
Yeah,
we'll do it this time. Come and sit with us. Pull up a chair. Well, it's a standing Cardfight table, so actually come and stand at it. And pour yourself any number of drinks. If you're under that age, go to the kids' table and you can sit with Ryan and drink your soft drinks. No offence, Ryan.
That's all right, mate. We have acknowledged legal. Thank you, legal team. You're doing wonders for us.
They are. They're keeping us out of prison. Ryan, what are you drinking? What do you have today?
Today, I got it with my lovely meal today, seeing it's a Friday night. Yes. We're doing it, and I am doing another Coca-Cola, no sugar. Wow. So diverse in his drinking.
I know. I was going to say, I'm bringing new things to the table every week, and you're like, oh, water, Coke. A mixture of water and Coke. Yeah, Bilsons that I've paid too much money for. That's all right. Well, I've got 3 drinks on the go currently.
3 drinks?
I'm triple parked.
Triple parked. Jesus.
I'm triple parked. The first one is just a spring water, just to keep me hydrated throughout.
Oh, that's nice.
That's right. But at the moment, currently, I'm drinking a Brown Brothers Sienna. It is a chilled red wine.
Ooh. Chilled.
And I'll tell you this, I love it.
Yeah.
Now, it's like drinking Ribena. If you like alcoholic Ribena, you're on it. This is it. This is where you go.
Just Ribena with a bit of alcohol put together.
That's right. I was very skeptical originally. I mean, I've had chilled reds before, but I'm a red wine drinker, so it's always like, it's supposed to be relatively room temperature, whatever. So I'm like, what do you do with a chilled red? Like, it's just going to be like a rosé sort of thing, or like a Moscato. I feel like it's going to be one of those. Every girl at a wedding is drinking it. That sort of thing.
Yep.
But it's really nice. This one's really, really nice.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So
that's your second park.
Yeah.
Hit me with your third.
So the third one, which I will open right now on camera, and by camera I mean audio, is Moondog's Old Mate. Now I want to make it clear to all our listeners at home who know what Moondog is. Moondog Old Mate is just like this is their every girl at a wedding drink. Right? I want to be clear. I don't usually drink it. Thank you. I do like to drink all of Moondog's different, wide out there variety. This is a pale ale. The reason I got this one was... There we go. I'll just drop the...
There
we go. The reason I got this is because, as folks will soon learn, very soon, when you're watching the YouTube videos that we're going to put out soon, I'm a little bit of a graphic designer. Not really. But I dabble. Anyway, Kate's boss needed a logo modified and turned into put onto a shirt, like for a shirt for like sponsoring a footy team.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, Kate dobbed me in and said Nathan can do it. So I did it, and she's like, "How much do I owe you?" And I was like, "I'm not actually like a pro. Like I don't do this, so
this isn't professionally done.
This isn't professionally done." So I was like, "Don't worry." Yeah. So anyway, Kate came home. She gave Kate. She's like, "Oh, give Nathan these beers," and I was like, "Oh, Old Mate, the beer that every girl at a wedding drinks." And then I had a sip of it. And realised, yeah, it's delicious. So it's totally okay. I got it mixed up. So Moondog has this other one. It's a lager.
Yeah.
And like I won't give it the time of day. It's just a terrible beer.
But this one's pretty good, yeah.
Perfectly fine. I see why all the girls drink it at weddings.
Fair enough.
So there you go. But that's what she gave me. And instead of giving me cash, which probably would have been better because of all the nightmare dollars, Alice.
$9 Alice! Did you spend a lot of cash? What did you buy this week? Did it kick your wallet's ass? Now I'm broke! It's a joke! I've got no money! You got no money! Seriously, Mum, can I borrow $50?
Spoilers on that one, she actually did give me cash as well because she needed extra work done on the logos after it was finished.
Oh, really?
And then, yeah, I know. And I get this call, I actually really need it done today. And I'm like, I'm at work. I can't just... What do you want from me? How am I supposed to do this? So during my lunch break, it took me all of 10 minutes. And I said, yeah, here it is. And she's like, cool, how much I owe you? And I went, for God's sake, I'm not a professional. Don't worry about it. And so she won't take no for an answer. So I was like, look, my hourly charge out rate is $220 an hour, right? So
not bad,
you took 10. I said you took 10 minutes of my time. Call it $22. Thanks. Kate comes home with an envelope and it's got a 50 in it, so I have to give her change. Ridiculous.
You've got to do an invoice now.
I know. At this point, good lord. So that $50 is helpful though because I've got things that I want to buy, and you might remember last week I said check in with me because I've got things I'm going to buy, things I want to be paying, I want to be buying, paying money toward. Mm-hmm. Well, before I say, did you do anything this week? Did you buy anything?
No, I'm just getting ready, and that's about it. I might buy stuff next week, but this week, nothing.
Well, you're lucky I did.
Good.
Because we can't have a segment where we both don't.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. It's like, oh, what did you buy? Well, nothing. Well, what did you buy? Well, nothing. Well, next segment.
Groceries. So, we'll talk about it in the drive check-in. We'll bring it up in the drive check-in. About the newest family member of ours. But his namesake, who he was named after, Kazuchika Okada. Now, this is what happens. There's a Kazuchika Okada figure that was supposed to come out in 2019, right? And Kazuchika Okada, now everyone, we're going to spend a bit of time on this one because he's part of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And New Japan is owned by Bushiroad. Bushiroad owns Cardfight Vanguard. Thank you. We are officially tied in.
All tied in, now, all together.
In 2019, this figure was supposed to come out with Ishii... Will Ospreay, and Tanahashi, right? So these 4 guys.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be out in 2019. Fast forward to 2021, we still haven't seen them.
Oh, wow.
Right, there's still... And I was going to pre-order it back in 2019 when I saw it and went, yes, I need that Okada. I never did. Just never bothered because I was like, well, I'm not going to really... I don't know what they're going to look like, whatever. And they only had prototype images. 2 days ago, in the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast Facebook group, someone said, I got the email saying they're being shipped. What's going on? I haven't even seen it. Like, what's happening? And everyone's going, yeah, me too. And I went, oh my God, I need to get it. Like, I need to do it. And I jumped online. It's in pre-orders, set number 2. So I've already missed wave 1, obviously. I missed that a long time ago. So I thought, screw it. Because once these are sold, these are sold. They're not doing them again, right? These aren't like a WWE Mattel or something where it's just keeps churning them out. This is, they make them to effectively to order, and then they'll probably stop at like 10,000, right? So there'll be 10,000, there's lots. But it's not these hundreds of thousands of John Cena figures. So I went in, bought it, threw it, stuff it. I bought it. It was way more expensive than a figure should be. Right? So, plus the Australian conversion. But I mean, it's a $50 figure.
Yeah.
Right? 50 US.
Oh.
Most of them are $20. So it's like, why is this $50? And... Right, so then people are like, I've got them. They've already got them. And so the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, for those who also follow wrestling, it's Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, a.k.a. Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. Well, they did an unboxing of the figures because they got them. They went out and bought them directly from there and did an unboxing. They don't look great.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so the Will Ospreay is a very odd skin tone. Like, it's like he's had a really weird botched tan job. His neck's too long. Like, all of them have this really quite significant chest cavity. Like, when you bend them, if you bend them back heaps, you can just see directly into their chest. They just don't look polished. On picture, though. And Ringside Collectibles, who got them, actually released pictures, and they were terrible photos. They looked shocking. Shocking. No. But anyway, everyone's saying the Okada is a really, really good figure.
Yeah.
So...
Here's hoping.
Here's the hoping. I purchased it. Now it gets better. I got the email today. It's shipped.
Oh.
And I entered into pre-order 2. Yeah. So, obviously, pre-order 2, they were like, yeah, we've got a box of 1,000 sitting here, and like 4 people bought them. So, you can have one. All good. So, I will report back once it's arrived. I will be tweeting it with a picture of Kazoo, who we will talk about. We'll talk about in the drive check-in in moments from now. But that's... there's a few other things. I haven't bought them yet, but I was going to buy some more AEW figures and something else. But they can be for next week now. I've got my main one. My main one is this Okada, an expensive Okada figure, put it that way. But now that and I bought a Bianca Belair, because remember how I won $150 from the Royal Rumble on Bianca Belair?
Yep.
I bought a Bianca Belair figure as well. So
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go, folks. That's what I've spent money on. We'll see. I'll spend more money next week because now I've got a 50 in my wallet. I might go down to the shops tomorrow and go on a fig hunt. Who knows? So, now the cat's out of the bag, figuratively and literally.
Yep.
let's just go straight into the drive check-in. Let's get it over and done with, shall we? Hit it.
All right now, for all you boppers out there in the big city, all you street people with an ear for the action, I've been asked to relay a request from Podfight Vancast. It's a special for the listeners, that real live bunch who play Vanguard, and I do mean the listeners. Here's a hit with them in mind. Drop check-in, we wanna see you wearing a grin. No need to be bitter, just let us know upon Twitter. Hashtag Hi Ryan, let us know if you're flying. Or maybe you're glad to listen to me sing you the song in the perfect key. I know what you're thinking, this is your favorite song. Well, let us know on Twitter, give us that Bella Nathan. Drop check-in right now. It's the drop check-in right now.
Before we go anywhere in the drive check-in, do you know no one has got to the competition yet?
Really? No one?
No one. And we've had we're getting like the normal amount of listeners, so it's almost like people are coming back to listen, but no one can be bothered Googling the sentence I say at the very start. Not I. Johnny Power would kill. Says at the start, this is for all the boppers out there and the whatever. I'll give you a clue. No, I can't give you a clue, because if I give you a clue, I'll tell you where it's from.
Maybe they're trying to do it without going onto Google. It's like a trivia night. They're not cheating. They're good, these listeners. They don't want to cheat and win a prize. But, like, honestly,
good for them. We're up to 3...
I wouldn't recommend cheating.
We're up to 3-star texts now. 3-star texts. If you
3. Oh, wow.
If you guess it, if you get it, and you tell me on Twitter what it is, 3-star texts. There you go. Giving out 3-star texts anywhere in the world. Everyone's eligible.
That's quite good. That's good, mate.
Yeah.
That's good.
Anyway, the drive check-in is the segment where we don't give out gifts all that often, but I'm going to start.
Yep.
But this is where we want to check in with our audience.
Just check in.
Let us know how you are. Tweet at us.
Tweet at us, and then we'll talk to you about you on this.
We'll talk about you about this.
We'll be like, this is the first person that ever talked to us, and we're happy now. Like, tears are forming in Hi Ryan's face. I don't know why I referred myself into the third person there. Person? Oh, wow. Podcasting.
Mate, are you sure you're not the one drinking?
Yeah, Jesus. Woo.
Well, hi Ryan. How are you? How are you?
My friend, I am good. I am about to be moving back to the proper side of the city.
That's right, down my neck of the woods.
Yep, and so I'm excited, and hopefully my internet is going to be actually a lot better.
Folks, this episode's a trial. This has taken us too long to get it started. So
it has. It's taken us, almost half an hour. Maybe
we're almost half an hour to be possibly like 15 minutes into the recording. So
yeah, Jesus.
And that's just since recording, since hitting record, mind you. So it's taken us much longer than 15 minutes.
That's interesting. Anyway, my friend, how are you?
Mate, I am fabulous. I have been working I'll say this, I've been working from home for the last week to look after a certain new member of the family. And I've hated working from home because it's thrown me out of my routine.
Yeah.
Anyone who knows me knows I love working from home. I feel so much more productive because I don't have to do the travel. I'm home at a reasonable hour. I can still work if I'll get this done. I can jump on the computer, get it done during my own time. That's fine. But I can have dinners on the table. Kate gets home, dinner's ready. It's great. I love it. But this week I've just felt all over the place. I need my desk. I need to sit in. I need to have everything in front of me. This week's felt a bit rough, but it's been good because I have a brand new kitten, little Kazuchika Okata, the Sphinx cat. Yes, my little nutsack cat has arrived. He's in our perimeter. And he is just the sweetest little thing. He is absolutely gorgeous, adventurous little cat. Absolute little he is so funny. He's just so funny.
I've seen the pictures and oh my God, he is cute. I cannot wait to meet him.
You'll get to meet him, mate, tomorrow. You can meet him tomorrow.
Excellent. I'm coming over.
Because you're moving back down this way.
I am moving back.
5 minutes away. Mate, no, it's just a phenomenal little thing. He very first day the very first morning because we had him and the very first morning I was holding him and he leapt out of my arms and just crashed into the ground. Oh, no. And I was horrified. I'm like, oh my God. I was holding him and he wasn't moving and then he just decides I'm over it and leapt and he just sprang off and he just hits the deck. And not gracefully, mind you. And I look at him, he looks at me, and he shakes it off, and he goes right back to purring. He purrs like a freight train. Like, this purr. We took him to the vet on Wednesday, just for a general checkup. Just say, yep, this is the new guy. This is Kazoo. Short name. Mm-hmm. And she couldn't listen to his heart or his lungs because of how much he was purring. She's like, he needs to stop purring. I can't actually listen to him. So we had to distract him. She had to turn a tap on.
I was about to say, how do you stop a cat purring?
He just purrs as soon as he hovers around your feet and meows and meows and meows and meows. You pick him up and he sets off. It's just for like minutes on end. I've never seen a cat purr as loudly and as much as he does. But it's awesome. He is just a character. And he and Morrison, my Saint Bernard, get along like a house on fire.
Oh,
they
brilliant.
love each other. So it's great. It's great. And the other cat, Jen, is Jennifer Clarence. Got them all. She's very, very not interested in him. Like, she hisses at him and walks away, which is good because I think she's afraid of him. So
that's good because
she's a cow. I want to make one thing clear: she is a terrifying cat. She's taken chunks out of my eyelids just for fun. I was on the radio, Ryan, the other day because it was about animals trying to kill their owners.
Yeah.
And I called up and said my cat Jennifer Clarence has on multiple occasions bit me in the eye, and they went, "Yep, just stay on the line." And I got put on the radio, and I told the story about how she's just sitting on my chest, and then launched herself into my eye and took a giant chunk out of my eyelid. I was pouring blood everywhere, and then I go to bed. This is months later. I'm in bed. Suddenly, bang! Searing hot fire across my eyeball, and she sunk her teeth into me again while I'm asleep.
What have you done?
I don't know. And then she bit my forehead the other day. Just launched across the bed, bit my head, and took off. Knocked a bottle of water I had over, and water's pouring everywhere, but bleeding. And she's like, I could hear her barrel down the hallway laughing. I was like, this is just, she's the biggest monster.
Oh, but she loves me, so it's all right.
She loves you. Absolutely, she loves you. Ridiculous. But other than that, my week has been fabulous. This has been a really, really great week, and it's come far too late in the year and a half or the year that we've had, but it's been wonderful. I've had a wonderful week, and to date us, so we know what date it is today, the Wiggles just released, or were just on Triple J, and they did like a version. They covered Elephant by Tame Impala, and it was one of the best songs I've ever heard.
Yeah, I need to listen to it, do I?
You need to listen to it. Wow, the Wiggles. I know that. Okay, it was some of the old members too, man. Like it was Jeff, Murray, Anthony's always been part of the newer iterations. No, Greg. Obviously, his health is a different thing. But then it was the others. Holy crud, man! Yeah. They were so good. I tell you, everybody, pause this and go and listen to the Wiggles performing "Elephant" by Tame Impala. You will not be disappointed at how good it is. Oh my god!
Because you have to remember, they are musicians. They
are.
They are good musicians. Yes,
Murray
they do kids shows, but they were in the top 10 in Australia.
Ryan, Murray has been playing guitar for like 40-something years. The Wiggles have been around for 30 years.
Yeah.
And they were 20-something when they started, thereabouts. Murray was playing guitar for well before then. So he's like he solos, he shreds. He's like, awesome. Just
they were my first concert. Just saying.
And that's the thing. There were so many people's first concert. My first concert was Metallica.
Wiggles and Metallica. Bit of a difference, but you know.
A very significant difference, but that's all right. That's all right. Well, look, you know, the fact that the Wiggles was, you know, your first concert, and I think they're so many Australian kids' first concert, is certainly not news to anyone. No. But you know what is news to people?
What is news?
Brake riding news!
Stand up. It's brake riding news. Give you information, we ain't leaving clues. We just tell the truth about that Vanguard life. Not some celebrity in trouble with his wife. Maybe it's a card you like. Maybe it's a card that just ain't right. Boom, boom, 1, 2. Hit you with that insight. So stand that Vanguard, we here all night. Aight? It's brake riding news. It's brake riding news. It's brake riding news. Give you information, we ain't leaving clues. We out of here.
Granted, I'm constantly saying, that's not news, this is news, but it doesn't matter.
That's your news. That's your segue. Yeah, that's not news.
That's not news to anybody. But you know what is news? Ryan, we have plenty to talk about in the news today. And I feel like that's... I'm curious what's going to happen next week, because we've seen now... We've got 9 weeks worth of reveals, right? That's what they've said to us.
Yep.
And I feel like they brought forward some of these reveals because people were getting antsy. So does that mean the last couple of reveals before the anime starts, are they going to be duds?
Well,
yeah,
I hope not. Hopefully, so what? How many more weeks have we got? We're on the 6th, 7th.
It's been the 6th week, yeah. 7th week.
So we've got 2 more weeks, right? We still have a lot of cards that can be revealed.
Yes, but are they going to reveal, like the booster set? They're not going to reveal.
No,
that'll become the card of the day maybe by April, right? And that's where they'll be showing the card of the day mid-April, because by the time it gets to 14 May, they'll have revealed 80% of the deck, 80% of the box.
True.
So they're not going to start revealing them now.
Yeah,
I don't think.
It's going to be interesting. We'll see how they go.
Maybe the over triggers. Maybe they'll show the rest of the over triggers.
Because
we haven't seen.
We've only got the Dragon Empire over trigger, haven't we? Dragon
right.
Nation. No, it's still called the Dragon Empire. Never mind.
Let's just do that. Let's just get straight into the news. Let's just get straight
into it.
Let's talk about some things that were revealed that weren't revealed through Cardfight Vanguard directly. So this is some... I don't know if these are leaks or if this was... I honestly don't know. Maybe it was on Cardfight Vanguard, the Japanese site. I don't know. But Twitter just went nuts with it. So that's how we got it. So we have, finally, to start, 2 of the order cards. So we have the order card for the Dragon Empire and the order card for the Dark State. So we have seen Sunburst Evolution. Grade 2. Cost, Counterblast 1 to play this card. Now it says to play this card with an exclamation mark. That's very buddy fight. Very buddy fight. Like, to the point where I thought this was a promo to start. I wasn't quite sure what I was looking at, because it had an exclamation mark. Their cards don't have exclamation marks in just the sentence.
No, yeah.
So, anyway, this is the order. So, Counterblast to play this card. Choose one of your units. It gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. Choose a Virina from your drop and return it to your hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to guarantee. So we're guaranteeing the overdress. Like there is no way now of not overdressing.
Exactly. You're playing a game. You're getting to overdress. Like
you will be overdressing. That's now. We'll talk about this when we do a bit more of a wrap up. We'll cover it later. But the problem that I think Dragon Empire has right now is that everything is surrounding Trickstar and Virina. There is this start deck has no other inkling of where it's going, right? And what they said, what they've said is that they really want the cards from the start decks to persist, because that's what happen. That's what doesn't happen. They release the trial decks, people play them, and then they bin them. The only reason you buy them was to get the perfect cards.
Yeah.
Right? So, there wasn't many cards that persisted. Yeah, Blaster Blade, sure. But everybody else sort of just went by the wayside.
Yeah.
And that's what they said. They really want to have it so these cards really have an impact and really stick around. So for the Dragon Empire players, basically what they're telling you is you will be playing Virina and Trickstar, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because every card in this deck supports Virina or Trickstar, minus the Chakrabarthi, who, if you're in overdress, powers are given.
Yeah.
So we know that there's going to be other overdressing units, but everybody else is like, hey, Virina. Yeah. Hey, Virina and Trickstar, these are the cards. So we'll rank what we think in a minute, but unfortunately, I think Dragon Empire's hit the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Just in terms of what it can do. It's a one-trick pony, this deck.
Unfortunately, it kind of is, isn't it? It's just you've got you have to do this. Like this is there's it's going to be not all decks are going to be like this, but at the moment, all Dragon Empire decks are going to be Trickster.
That's right. That's exactly right. And before you start saying to me, oh, but, Stoicheia is attack from the back row and Key to Sanctuary is all about, grade 3s. Yes, but there's different like cards for that. There are different play styles. There are different abilities to try and pull off and different combos. This deck is just a single combo.
Yeah.
Play Trickstar, or search Trickstar, guarantee search Trickstar, play Trickstar, guarantee search Virena, play Virena over the top of Trickstar, done.
Yep.
That's it. Finito. Trickstar or Virena gets retired, call it from drop. Or return it from drop zone to your hand. You know what I mean? Like, it's not...
It's
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just very... And I just don't see how this finds its way into a deck that doesn't involve Virena. You wouldn't play this. This order card doesn't play in any other deck than if you can't have Virena. And as we're going to see shortly with the other order cards that have come out, those will definitely be used in other people's decks. Like, you will build different decks with those orders.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
For instance, the order card for Dark States. It's called Brother's Soul.
Brother's Soul.
Right.
Rudy will enjoy this artwork, because I am.
This is great. This is great. This is one of the Spike Brothers styled characters. I think it's Richard. Could be Steve. I don't know. I haven't got to compare it to.
Yeah. If not, a different one.
He's basically Kamehamehering a Spike Brothers ball, a blood ball, I think they're called. It's all the energy's going into it, and he's about to Kamehameha some guy in the face. And it's Soul Charge 2. It's a free Soul Charge of 2.
Yep. Winning.
We are going to get Bruce's ability kicking off all the time. At first, it seemed like it was a one-off, right? It's Final Rush. You need this to happen. Once this happens, it happens. If it fails, you don't get to do it again because you're going to be hard-pressed to build your soul back up. Nah, Brother Soul, bang.
Yep.
Two cards back into soul.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure they've got, they're meant to have 4 of those cards. No, only 3. Sorry, but
still, that's 6.
Yeah, that's 6 cards in Soul. You're happy, and that's just that card as well. We've got to remember that other cards do Soul Charging.
That's right, other Soul Charging units, and this guy here, he will absolutely find play in other Dark State decks.
Yeah, like you're just going to get Soul Charge 2. Like you can't go wrong with that in a free Dark State.
As far as we can tell,
so far, we're guessing.
Who were all focused about soul charging and soul abilities. That's great.
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing where this is going to be useful is for Brandt Gate. We've had Brandt Gate's reveal, so this segues really nicely because Brandt Gate has also been revealed in full. Not in full, sorry, but for the most part.
Yeah.
We've been introduced to the new mechanisms as well. And I think we even said this, right? I wish I had the time and energy to go back and listen to what we said, but they have also now officially revealed to us Brandt Gate, a very, very sizable portion of it, where we have the abilities of imprison into your prison.
Yes.
It's a very odd sentence of when you have a unit imprisoned in your prison.
Yeah.
They should just leave it if a unit is imprisoned. Yes. I get why they're saying the prison, because you have to have the prison on the field to be able to imprison.
You got to have the Galaxy Central Prison to be able to have cards imprisoned in the Galaxy. Yes.
Blah, 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 blah. The point is, I get it. It is basically... It's exactly like I said. They weren't going to lock because lock was too overpowered at this point. It is effectively binding with cost, except... Your opponent has the ability to pay a bond, effectively, or pay bail, and get you out. It's like playing Monopoly. I assume that after 3 turns, you automatically get out, or you roll doubles.
If you roll,
you
double
don't.
6s, you're fine.
You don't. I've read the rules. So before we go into what all of this is, let's talk about what actually imprisoning is in your prison. And then, Ryan, we finally have a Q&A here.
We
got a Q&A this week.
We got the people back. They found...
new people.
Found new people. They've hired them. And let's see how well they go, shall we? So.
That's right. So, the new skill, prison and imprison. So, for clarity's sake, imprison your opponent's cards in the set order prison, Galaxy Central Prison, Galactulus in your order zone. Opponents could call out imprisoned cards from prison by paying the cost. See, too many uses of the word prison there, but whatever. Simply put, guys, that's right. Simply put, you have an order card called the Galaxy Central Prison Galactulus. We'll tell you what it does in a minute. But you play that, it goes into your order zone, right? We have the order zones now. So this is like a new zone created just for where these will sit. That sits there. It's like a set card from Buddy Fight where you could set those cards, spell cards that would sit there. This is what this does. Your opponent can't attack it or anything like that. But once that's on the field, you can now start imprisoning your opponent's cards into there. You've got different methods of doing that. And in order to get them out, your opponent can either counterblast 1 to take 2 out of the prison, or soul blast 1 to take 1 out. So for the counterblast heavy decks, you'll be relying on the soul. For the soul heavy decks, you can rely on your counterblast. It's awesome that there's a couple of different ways of getting around it. And it plays heavily into basically the way to get them into the prison. There's almost an identical cost to get them out.
Yeah.
So, Ryan, hit us with that Q&A before we go any further and explain what these cards work. Give me some Q&A. Tell me what I'm working with.
Well, we've got 3 slides of the Q&A. Let's see how well they've done. All right. Here we are. Question number 1.
Go for it.
If there is only one Galaxy Central Prison Galactus in the order zone, can I place only 1 card from opponent? Well, that's a bit of a steely question because we know that, counterblast 1, 2 cards leave.
You take 2 cards away.
So, no, you can imprison multiple cards. So far, these Q&A team...
It's fringing. It's basically banking on people who haven't read the cards yet.
True. Right. But we'll keep going.
Yep.
So, when calling from prison, can I perform Soul Blast twice? Can I counterblast twice? Can you do Soul Blast or counterblasting twice?
I think that's a great question.
It is. So I'm happy with that one.
Because I don't know, we'll have to look at the card because does it say it's an act? Because it has the cost abilities on there. We know if it's an act, you can do it as many times as you can. But go on, Ryan.
Well, the answer is yes, you can. You can use and call multiple times from prison as long as you are able to pay the cost, obviously.
Cool.
It's not like I
makes
can
sense.
Counterblast with no counterblasting. But,
Yeah, that makes complete sense. I think this is basically going to become a resource managing deck. Basically, if you don't want, you get some of your guys put in prison, you don't want your opponent having abilities from being while you're imprisoned, so you've got a counterblast to take them away. So you're trying to weigh up your options. Do I want those cards back? Do I need those cards back? Do I have the resources to spend? If I don't, does my opponent now going to have some extra abilities that I have to contend with? This is creating a really, really cool new way. And frankly, puts Brandt Gate up on the very top of the echelon so far.
I reckon as well. It's going to be very much controlling the game. Many in Magic, it's the blue mana. They very much like to control counter spell and all this. So it's very much that type of style. It's going to be interesting to see how well they go. So
that's right. Go ahead. So, question 3.
If I call from prison, can I call regardless of the current grade of the Vanguard? Interesting question. I'm liking this one.
Great question. That's a good one.
Yes, you can. Calling from prison is treated as a superior call. Therefore, you can call regardless of your Vanguard's grade. I like this. I like this a lot.
Because you can get imprisoned from hand. Yes. They can take cards from your hand, and you choose the card yourself. Now, remember, we've got the ride deck, so you don't need to keep a grade 3. You can bin a grade 3, send it right over to them, and you get to call it next turn, you pay your Soul Blast 1. You'll have Soul at that point. You can call it right back and put yourself on a grade 3 while you're at grade 2. You know what I mean?
I've got some questions myself, but remind me of that.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully they've answered them, but we'll see.
Let's find out.
After calling from prison, can I use the ability of the called unit when placed?
I feel that's... Now that we've addressed the superior call thing, I feel like that's obvious.
Yeah, so yes, you can. You can use abilities of cards that are triggered when placed. That
is going to be awesome for that steampunk dude. What's his name? Time Fisher Fist guy for the Dark States, because he's an on-call ability.
He is too,
right?
Isn't he?
15k
when
you're in Final Rush. Yeah, 15k power. Right, you call him back, bang, he gets another 15k power.
And if you what do you call it?
Persona Ride.
Persona Ride. Thank you. I forgot the word persona. That's a bit bad.
I keep calling it Persona Blasting.
Yeah. So persona. If you Persona Ride as well, and it goes to that circle. Remember that it doesn't go to the card. So you put the 10k to that circle. You bring him back. You go, mate. I want my card back. Oh, Soul Blast 1, or there might be 2 cards, and you go, Counter Blast.
Bang.
Boom. Shebang.
Big power. Big power.
So last slide. Here we go. All right. Can I place multiple set order in the order zone? Interesting. And
good question.
Yes, you can. Even with a set order in the order zone, you can still play set orders. So it's going to be interesting.
Put a pin in that, because there's a question that I thought was kind of dumb, but now that I think about it more and more, I'm curious myself. Because that leads to something very, very important about that order card. We'll put a pin in that, because when we talk about the order, we'll address that.
And also that's future proofing as well, because what happens if you have different orders? But
that's exactly right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, this one is directed just at your Dragon Empire players. But this one, great question, I thought. So, if Verena in overdress state is imprisoned, does it move to the prison together with the original dress? So,
because
the Trickster.
They said that it that Trickster just gets discarded.
Yeah, and can't be the target of abilities as well.
Not even that, but if it got sent to the drop zone, it just got sent to the drop zone. You know what I mean? Or
True,
if Virena got returned to hand, like Trickster got sent to the drop zone or whatever. So what's this one about?
So yes, it moves together with the original dress. Shocked.
So that's a freebie to the bloody. That's a freebie for Brandt Gate. Yeah. Because it's I can send 2 of your units to my prison, right? So I choose your Blaze Dancer or Blaze Maiden, whatever, and Virena. I now get 3 into my prison, and you now have to counterblast 1 and Soul Blast to take them all back.
Just to get those 3 back. So it's very interesting. It says when it moves to the order zone, the overdress state will be removed, and Trickster and Verena will be imprisoned as separate copies. Very exciting.
Bloody shutdown on that
for the Dragon Empire cards, but
and the worst part is now that that's done, you can't overdress with those guys again.
Yeah, like it's
because you can't. You have to do it from hand. You can't superior overdress. So that's it. They're gone. All you can do is now retire that retire that Virena, then play your order card to get it back from your drop zone. So you're just more resources. You've had to counterblast to get them back. You've had to counterblast to get Virena back out of the drop. That's 2 counterblast. Can you afford that? Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Ryan, did they address your questions?
Not really. I don't think, unless you can tell me. So
go ahead, talk to me.
You can have multiple orders. All right.
Yes.
Say I've got 2 of them. Right?
Yep.
In one of them, I have 2 cards, say. The other one, I have 1. Do I have to go counterblast 1? I can only pick 2 of those cards in that one card, imprisoned card?
Oh!
Or can I pick 1 of each? My guess would be only the one card. And if so, that's going to be very annoying. And if I was Brandt Gate, I would just have as many
Surely
orders
not.
out.
Surely not. Well, because that's my... You say that because my question is, if you've got multiple orders out, does the cost increase? So when it's called... So when you play it... So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Galaxy Central Prison Galactulus.
Let me just get it out. Sorry.
Yep, I'll let you get to it. Well, and I'll start.
Right.
So it's a set order. So like I said, this is an order that goes into your order zone that stays there for the entire game. Mm-hmm. In order to play this card, it has an exclamation mark as well. You need to rest one of your units. So you have to rest a unit.
Yep.
To actually be able to play this.
Yep.
Small cost, small price to pay. Right, you go if you have it in your start, you might as well rest your Vanguard. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you're the start, you don't attack, rest your Vanguard.
Rest your grade 0 that you've pulled out from your grade 1, seeing it's a grade 1. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So easy. So it's auto ability when this is put into your order zone, soul charge 3. So you already got a bunch of soul. I don't know if there's any. Well, we'll find out if there's any real soul cards. But this is already designed to protect itself from a mirror match.
Yeah.
You've boosted your soul in it for a mirror match. So great, there it is. Continuous order zone. When your opponent can normal call a rear guard, they can perform the following: Soul Blast 1. If they do so, they choose one of their imprisoned cards and call it to rear. Or they can counterblast 1, and if they do so, choose 2 of their imprisoned cards and call them to rear guard. So my question is, if I have 2 of these out, do you have to Soul Blast 2?
Oh, really?
Or is it still Soul Blast 1?
I would assume it's just 1.
I'm assuming it's still 1, and like you would just play another order just so you can soul charge another 3. But like, because if I've got them, do they stack over? It's like, okay, you have to actually Soul Blast 2 to call just 1 unit. Is that surely not? I feel that's way too overpowered, because at this point you just get 4 of them, you play all 4. It's Counterblast 4 to call 2 units. I really doubt it. It just seems that's just too
overpowered,
ridiculously overpowered. But they haven't addressed that as far as I've seen.
No,
so we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see.
It's going to be interesting.
But that order card, that Imprison, is what gives us now to our few new cards that we've been introduced to. So, Aurora Battle Princess Seraph Snow, our grade 3, with those giant handcuffs and the big claw gun things coming out of her back. So, continuous on Vanguard. During your turn, if 1 or more of your opponent's cards are imprisoned in your prison, this unit gets plus 10,000. And if 3 or more cards are imprisoned, this unit gets drive plus 1.
Boom! Like, wow. Amazing.
You're going to see very quickly how easy it is to imprison units, right? So, at Vanguard or Rearguard, this is a dual ability.
Yep.
Once per turn, mind you, but you counterblast 1, choose 2 of your opponent's rearguards, and imprison them in a prison. That's 2 already. If they're Dragon Empire, you imprison a Virena, you've got 3. You now have 3. Therefore, as soon as that ability's done, bang, you kick off, and you get that 10,000 power plus an extra drive.
Yep.
Now, it needs that because there isn't much in the way of boosting power. This deck is probably the weakest in terms of boosting power.
Yep.
Next to everybody else. Everybody else has got like abilities to really bump up all their columns. These guys don't have the ability to bump up columns. However, what they do have is the ability to shut down your columns entirely and gain an extra drive. Now, mind you, like I said, it's a rearguard ability too to imprison someone. So if you've got 2 of these on the field, right, that's 2 counterblast. You've imprisoned 4 units. If your opponent has 2 Virena, let's say, you counterblast, you've now imprisoned 6 units. So
winning. Also, I want to know a question about this. Wasn't addressed in the questions because it was all about that one card.
Sure.
With this one, right? Counterblast 1, choose 2 units.
Yep.
Right? And it goes into a prison. Is that one prison, or can I put that into 2 separate prisons?
I think surely they're not going to have it go that way. Yeah. Surely not.
There's just a lot of questions regarding this.
It did open up some questions. I didn't even think of what you said, but...
I would assume it's only one prison, because it does say your prison, not your prisons. It's so just... Hopefully read the card explains the card. I'm hoping it explains the card by saying prison.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Surely. All right, well, we'll go down the chain. So the grade 2 in this chain, the Aurora Battle Princess Risat Pink. Mm-hmm. When this is placed on Vanguard, your opponent chooses a card from their hand and imprisons it in your prison. Now,
ouch.
This isn't a ride. This isn't under the ride chain. You don't have to ride it particularly over someone, whatever. Mm-hmm. But bang, there you go. At the start of your turn, you get a free imprison. Yep. It comes from their hand. Yes. So remember, if you're grade 1 and they're grade 2 and they imprison you, you can put a grade 3 in there, pay the cost, and get yourself a strong column for one turn.
Yeah.
Now, the ability on rearguard, if this is on rearguard and you have one or more cards that are imprisoned, you get plus 2,000 power. So it puts it to 12. Still not enough to hit a Vanguard at grade 3, but it's enough that it's got a little bit of a bonus. But keep in mind that this is a continuous ability. So even during your opponent's turn, it is 12. It's a 12k war.
Not bad at all, hey?
That's right. But like I said, look at this, right? So just this combo combined with Seraph Snow at the start of your turn, if your opponent... This is where it forces your hand, right? You've got to say, do I want them to get an extra drive on turn 3?
Yeah.
Because you ride this on turn 2, you get to imprison one of my cards. If I don't pay the cost to get it out of your prison, when you ride to Seraph Snow, you counterblast 1, imprison 2 of my units, you're now activating your third drive. I have to make that decision. Do I want to stop that? Or, I really want that counterblast. Damn, I need that soul. Already, by turn 3, you're going to have to... You've got pressure put on you. Yeah. So that's pretty good.
It's as we said, it's definitely going to control the deck. Control the gameplay, sorry.
So, the grade 1, Aurora Battle Princess Kyanite Blue. So, when placed on Vanguard, again, doesn't need to be part of a particular ride. When this is placed on Vanguard, search your deck for one prison card, reveal it, and put it in your hand. So, there you go. You've got it. By turn 1, you have your prison card in hand. Guaranteed.
Yep.
Guaranteed. So, great. And when this is placed on rearguard, if one or more of your opponent's cards are imprisoned in your prison, counterblast, soul blast 1, so it's counterblast 1 and soul blast 1, draw a card. Hefty cost.
Hefty, very
to some
hefty
degree.
Cost.
But remember, we don't have any other counterblasts really. Well, we obviously do with Seraph Snow. And we're going to get 3
soul charge.
Get 3 soul charge anyway.
So why not?
Yeah. Why not? I mean, you only do it once. You wouldn't burn through it just to draw cards, but purely defensive play, really.
Yeah. That's going to help. It's going to help, so why not use it?
That's right. And the other one that was revealed as well is the other grade 3 in the deck. And I know that I said that the Dark States had probably the best grade 3. In terms of power, they do. But this guy, the Alert Guard Gunner, when this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, choose 2 of your opponent's rear guards and imprison them in your prison.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, it's just got to hit a Vanguard. So now you've got to look at yourself and go, oh God, am I going to let this one through? If I let this through... Because this is the thing. If you let this through, you're probably definitely going to see a third drive check for Seraph Snow. Yeah. If Seraph Snow counterblasts and only can put 2 in, they can just put all their pressure on with this Alert Guard Gunner. And if you've got 2 of them on the field, your opponent has to guard twice. Right? So your Persona ride, so he goes to 23. Your opponent has to guard twice to stop you from getting a third drive check. So is the third drive check worth it? Well, if I guard for 2 to pass, I've got to guard for 3 to pass.
Yeah.
So you've got to start weighing up your options. And I think this is a great card. This is an awesome card for a start deck. And this is the sort of card that will see multiple play.
It's going to
the order, 100%. Yeah. The order definitely will see play. No question, those 2, the grade 1 and grade 2, are almost guaranteed to be in everyone's decks. Seraph Snow might get replaced for other cards if the later it goes on. But the Kyanite Blue and the pink one, Risat Pink, my God, those are perfect. Guarantee you get your prison card.
And it's prison card as well. It's not certain prison card. Yeah.
It's just a prison card. And Kyanite guarantees guarantees a bind. Okay, I'll try that again. Guarantees an imprisonment. Good grief.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Guarantees it. Why wouldn't you play them in your deck?
Exactly. So,
yeah. Those are absolutely guaranteed. Now, interesting to note, we have another card that was revealed that's on the wiki. It wasn't revealed on the Twitter. Mm-hmm. It's the grade 1 for the deck, the Autonomic Caution. On rear guard circle or on the guard circle in general, if one or more of your opponent's cards are imprisoned in your prison, this unit gets plus 2,000 power, turning it to a 10k booster, and it gets 5k shield, turning it to a 10k shield on the guard circle.
Wow!
What a great card.
Yeah,
look at Dragon Empire, right? They're grade 1.
Yeah.
Diddly squat. Diddly squat doesn't have an ability. We've seen that, hands down, the Brandt Gate have got some of the best gelling deck, I think, out of them all. And I think Dragon Empire is now shafted to the absolute bottom. Yes, Virina and Trickstar are awesome in terms of power, but in terms of replayability, putting them into new decks, changing up the combos, I don't think that's going to go anywhere, quite frankly. I could be wrong, but it just seems a bit, how's your father?
And it's interesting, because this was one of the decks that I was like, Brandt Gate, I'm not really interested in that nation. I'm happy with the dark states in Stokea, and now I'm just Brandt Gate, get around it.
I know, Brandt Gate, seriously, Brandt Gate's very, very interesting. So let's now address, like I said, a bit of controversy this week in Cardfight Vanguard on the Twitter, where they mentioned a big reveal. We've got another reveal coming. You all excited? We've got it coming. It's going to be Keita Sanctuary. Now, everybody except for Keita and for Stoicheia has had their orders revealed. Everyone's going, it's got to be the order for Keita. Surely.
It's got to be.
It's got to be.
Even you and I were like, hey, it's got to be this. Let's tune in at 12 o'clock Australian time. Let's have a look.
That's right. Now, we got revealed to us the grade 1. And it's, are y'all ready to pounce into action? Today's card reveal is Platinum Wolf. It looks awesome.
It does.
It's awesome looking card. It's a wolf.
Very happy.
It's a wolf with a sword in its mouth, with big mechanical wings. Each wing, like feather, looks like another sword. In fact, I'm assuming it probably is swords in holster. It's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a grade 1, 8k, and his ability on rearguard is Soul Blast 2. And this unit gets 5,000 power until end of turn.
Very nice.
Well, it's fine.
Yeah.
Now, this is the thing. It's a start deck card. It's huge cost, especially after we just saw what We just saw what Brandt Gate's all about.
Yeah, true.
Right, you're gonna go, do I want to willy-nilly use my soul, whatever? Yeah, of course. You're not gonna stop your playstyle just to try and counteract one thing, but how useful is Platinum Wolf going to be? Now, it's perfect for a start deck. That is such a start deck ability, right? But I think what people got upset by was the hype that was given for it.
Yep.
And for a relatively low tier reveal, considering that we've already had a few other of the ones revealed.
Yeah.
And not through their channels. So people have just been absolutely butthurt about the whole thing.
They really have.
Right.
Like, I was surprised how much. I was just like, oh, it's okay, grade 1, fair enough, let's move on. But a lot of people,
That's it. Like, this is an instant replace of a card, and this isn't great. Not a player of the game, but I like the look of the wolf. Oh, good for that guy, okay.
Yeah.
You're not making Keita Sanctuary look good. The whole deck kind of sucks. It's like, guys, settle down. So the poor Cardfight Vanguard guy, right, had to tweet about it and had to respond with, "We're sorry this sword doggo wasn't the card you guys wanted to see. Sad face. We can't always get the good stuff way before our Japanese counterparts reveal it, but we're trying our best. Sword doggos exist 3,000 years in Cray's future. Is that enough lore for now? and a little gif of a girl taking a ball to the face, and it says, "I'm trying." So this person who runs the media is so funny, and they deserve credit for being really clever and rolling with the punches. But it sucks that they had to go and say that. Like, this person had to address that and say, "Yeah, we're sorry, it's not what you wanted." I mean, just wait. The cards are coming out. We'll see. It's not like they're going, "Oh, it's not actually coming out." And like, yeah, you don't like the card, but the main important thing to take away is, A, don't be rude. Like, don't be offensive. It doesn't make it's not needed. And don't say, "That's it, I'm not playing Vanguard, you guys suck." What are you doing? But it's a start deck. We know that they're not going to be bloody the best card. Well, granted, Keita Sanctuary is very good. Not Keita. I did it again. Brandt Gate's very good. But we haven't seen them in action. We haven't tried them out yet. And that's what Ryan and I will do, folks.
Yes.
We're going to try all the decks out. Once it's all done, we'll do a video and we'll try out all the decks. But that's coming in the future once the decks are out. But you know, I think this is such a thing, and I've got to say, I've got to reach out. One day we'll reach out to the media guy, get them on, have an interview with him, because this guy,
he's on point.
He or she, whoever, so funny, so funny, and it's great that they've got the ability to do that. Honestly, we've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. Whoever you are, Cardfight Vanguard media person, keep doing what you're doing. You have absolutely more than proven yourself in this role.
Podfight Vancast loves you. Like, seriously,
we love you.
You just drop the mic and you just like, "Thank you very much. This is what I've done. Enjoy." That's
right. So now let's talk though. While we're on the topic of the grade ones, we've spoken about 3 of the grade ones so far. We've had Autonomic Caution. This one of, if they're prisoned, it gets 2k power or 5k shield. We have. And everyone's everyone's complaining about the Keita Sanctuary one. No one's complaining about Dragon Empire's vanilla 8k grade 1.
Yep, let's just forget about that.
So Dragon Empire has nothing. Keita Sanctuary at least can get an extra 5k power.
Yep.
If you're trying for that final push, that's going to be useful in your final push, mind you.
Yep.
But we also have, finally, the last 2 as well. These 2 have just appeared on the wiki. I assume they were revealed on the Japanese streams or the Japanese card of the day. So, the Acrobat Presenter for the Dark States. So it's the grade 1, 8k. When this unit attacks or boosts, if your Vanguard is Diabolos Violence Bruce, Soul Charge 1, and if you're in Final Rush, Soul Charge 1.
Ooh, nice.
Awesome. How good is that?
And God, Rudy would love his artwork. That is pretty damn cool.
This is one of the better looking artworks. So you've got a... it's just like all the old presenters from all the Pale Moon decks. He's got big horns, so really more demonic, which makes sense for the Dark States. Big white coat, those really, really like stripy circusy pants. But he's riding a unicycle, and the wheel is actually a saw blade.
Yeah.
Awesome. And that ability is so good.
Yeah. It's
so good.
Yes, it's only going to be useful for whenever you're going to have a Bruce in your deck, but this is a trial deck. I'm getting, hopefully, 2 Soul Charges for 1 card. Like,
honestly, and you just chuck that behind Bruce.
Oh yeah. Because it's just whenever it attacks or boosts. So it's just keeps on going and going and going and going.
So we've seen we get 2 Soul Charge from our order card, free of charge.
Yep.
2 Soul Charge for effectively free of charge come turn 4.
Yep.
That's 4 more soul. You want to stand your rear guards every turn? Yeah, you'll be doing that.
Yeah.
Honestly, great. And you have no fear of reprisal against Brandt Gate. Okay, unless they'll keep purposely trying to imprison this guy. But you Soul Blast 1 to get him back, boost, it's 2. It nets itself. You're looking after yourself. Yeah. You're only netting 1, but you're still getting 1, you know what I mean? You're not losing anything from doing it. And we also saw the reveal, I saw this on the Twitter, this is Knight of Friendship Cyrus, this is for Stoicheia. It is a rearguard ability, grade 1, 8k, once per turn, Soul Blast 2, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a unit, call it to rearguard. If it isn't, put it into your hand. basically what the starting Vanguards do. That Vanguard chain was basically, when it was placed, do that. This is allowing you to guarantee a call or add a order card to your hand.
Yeah.
Call of the Beasts is what that one's called. I have the feeling Call of the Beasts will probably be a similar ability to this.
Yeah.
It'll probably be a soul charge, and it'll be a call a card from the top of your deck or something, or something like that. It'll be just like a free call.
You reckon it could be a draw, some sort of draw?
Yeah, it could be a draw engine. Who knows? We'll see. But I feel like that's probably where it's going to go. This is sort of all about making sure your back row is filled up, so you can attack from the back row and get 6 attacks off.
That's very true.
So that's all right. That's all right. It's not a unique ability. We've seen that a few times, and even Key to Sanctuary has that ability. But Key to Sanctuary's bins it. So very curious to see. Curious to see what we're getting.
Excited.
So, Ryan, I think that is all the card reveals for this week.
As well. Yeah.
We've seen all the cards. We've spoken about the little bit of controversy there that they had. We've got a bunch of order cards for the Bang Dream. Not that we're talking about that, but after a music is played, Ryan, it's put in your back row in the middle column until end of turn. Don't know what any of that means. Oh well, it's basically just to stand your Vanguard. Okay, good for them. So there you go. That was a pretty good news segment.
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I did too. So it's a shame though that we enjoyed that, but we can't talk about whether we enjoyed the anime or not.
No, because
the anime's just not out yet. Yeah, the anime's just not out. But if it was out, you know what segment would be next, don't you?
I do. Does the listeners?
Well, folks, it's the Judge Shuffle. Judge Shuffle. Judge Shuffle. Judge Shuffle. Judging an anime. Judge Shuffle. Was it good or bad today? Let's find out. That's right, the Judge Shuffle.
Yep.
Where we talk about the anime, which is still not out yet, but that's okay.
Yep. One day,
that's
soon,
okay.
Soonish. We'll
soon
this month actually, isn't it?
I think it's the end of March.
Yeah.
There's going to be that
24th,
that stream.
I think, or something.
I'm curious to see. Depends on the day, because if it comes out early, like if it comes out like during the week, we'll release an early episode where we just focus on that. We'll call it like the extra deck or the sideboard. We'll give it a name for that episode of the pod. Like when we do, and that'll probably happen. There might be like effectively so breaking news that needs to be addressed there and then, that we will drop a podcast out of order, which won't form part of the normal canon, which will simply be, like I said, we'll call it the side deck or the extra deck,
the ride
whatever.
Deck. Yeah.
Nah, well, even the ride deck, where we simply just talk about something in particular, and I think we'll do that for the episode that's brought out. Unless it's on a Saturday, then we might as well just stick with our normal release at this point.
Yeah, fair enough.
But if it was something like a Wednesday, that's different. Let's have a look. I think they said 24th, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
If it's the 24th, it is a Wednesday.
It is a Wednesday, isn't it? Or
if it's the 27th, it could be the 27th. If it's the 27th, it's a Saturday. If it's the 24th, it's a Wednesday. If it's on the 24th, folks, we'll have to check. We've spoken about this 100 times. But if it's on the 24th, we'll release an early episode. If it's on the 27th, we'll just release an episode maybe on Sunday or something, and just won't release that week's episode on Tuesday. We'll just release it a little bit earlier.
Unless it's like just pure Japanese, and then we can't go.
Oh,
then we can't honestly hear it because we're like,
we don't speak Japanese. That's right. If it's not, I think you'll find that it won't be. I don't feel like they're going to sub it. They might sub it because they've been really hyping it up, and it's on both the English and the Japanese channels.
True.
They could hype it. If they're hyping it that much, they could do it all subbed. It would be stupid not to, because you're going to
you're missing out on the whole world.
You're gonna alienate the remainder of the audience. That's right. Whatever. We'll see. Hey, we're gonna find out come the 24th or 27th, folks.
Yep.
Well, with that sad bit of realization, though, comes another one. We've just taken the 6 damage. Oh, there it is.
In the heart.
6 damage, folks. 6 damage. And that means it's time to close our thoughts out, pack up your cards, and relive what we just spoke about for the last hour and a half.
Yeah.
So, Ryan, thoughts?
Excited about Brandt Gate, as I said earlier. Originally, I was like, Brandt Gate, I'm not really interested. Their lore didn't really grab me as something interesting. But now, their cards, they've got me interested.
Their cards, they're very good.
Yeah, so...
And I think just looking at it straight away, what we've got, I feel like, without testing them... So what Ryan and I are going to do, on the YouTube channel, we'll put out a video. We'll do some video stuff on the YouTube channel. Check us out on the YouTube channel now. Our videos, our audio is just getting sent straight over there. So it loads automatically on there. It doesn't have a video to it. We're going to save... I've worked it out, but I'm going to save videos for particular things instead. Yep. So, for instance, unboxings. We'll do the videos on unboxings. Yep. Ryan, remind me to look into Twitch. We'll see if we can do it on Twitch as well.
Okay. I'll remember that.
Yep. Unboxings, card reviews, maybe. Certainly, we're going to try and do basically 5 battles with each deck against each deck. We're not going to mirror match. I don't see the point of a mirror match. But basically, deck against decks, that's 5 times. Each deck is going to battle 5 times against everything. So each deck's going to have a 25 match battle, effectively. So going to try and record that. We'll probably not record all the matches, but mainly just some of them. Create a bracket, and we'll work out who the better deck is out of all of that. 5 matches should be enough to really see
which is
how they work.
Yeah.
That's it. If push comes to shove, we can always push it to 10 matches for each one.
Yep.
That way you're going to get the best of everything. Like, granted, you're not going to get stuck now, grade stuck, so we can at least test the decks.
Yeah, free flowing.
That's right. But that'll be on our YouTube and stuff, so keep an eye out there as well. But before we get to do that, I'm going to guess that at the very least, the way they're structured, Brandt Gate seems like it's going to be the best deck.
Yeah.
Dragon Empire seems like it's going to be the worst deck.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Key to Sanctuary, I feel, needs to be tested, but on face value is the 4th deck. Stoicheia, I'm going to put Stoicheia at 3rd, because yes, they get 6 attacks, but their attacks aren't nearly strong enough.
Yep.
And Dark States have shown us that they are going to be a force to be reckoned with.
I'm going to be chanting Final Rush.
I reckon Dark... And you hated the idea.
I did. I hated the idea of Final Rush.
I honestly think Dark States are going to probably even get over the top of Brandt Gate very easily. Very easily. Because they're going to have so much resources. Yeah. Exactly. So much resources. And this power rush, this absolute rush of power, then attack with more power.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you get a secondary attack with more power. It's not like, it's just a... No, it's just powerful secondary attacks. Stoicheia's attacks are not going to top... Are going to top out at 20k, 25k tops, and you've had to pay a bit of a cost to get there. Whereas with Dark States, you're getting 5 attacks, all sitting minimum at 30k.
Yeah.
It's gonna be big. I'm very curious to see what that's gonna do, but that's my order without actually testing them.
Yeah.
I think it goes Brandt Gate, Dark States, Stoicheia, Keita, Dragon.
Yeah.
I want to say that Keita Sanctuary moves up. I really like Keita. I'm into Keita Sanctuary. Keita Sanctuary is my jam now.
Yeah.
Yep. So whatever. But that's my ranking. I'm assuming you're probably I feel like you might swap Stoicheia around with Darkstates the way you seemed it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably it's going to be interesting. You know what? No, I'll keep it with what you've got. I think we're pretty much on the same wavelength.
Cool. All right. Well, let's do that. Well, come May. God, we're still ages away. Come May, we'll get the start decks. We'll block out a weekend to just smash that. We'll do unboxing on the start decks. We'll do unboxing of the actual booster boxes as well. Yep.
Excited about that.
We've got one of those. I'll probably buy a second so we can do two.
We might.
I think we'll have to.
I might chip in as well just to...
Well, yeah, we're going to go halfies. Just saying. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll do that. But yeah, I think that's all we need to talk about for this week, everybody. So remember, guys, for the competition at the start of Drive Check-In, there's a 30-second spiel that is said. Tell me what that's from. Is it a book? Is it a movie? Don't just say it's from a television show. No, tell me the television show name you think it's from. But is it from a song? Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's in a song, but don't tell me it's from that song. Yeah. And if you could get it to me before the next episode, that's 3 decks. I'm going to send you 3 start decks. You could say, give me 3 Dragon Empire decks. I'll say, that's ridiculous.
Why did you want to do that? But anyway, we would do it. We would do it.
But I'll do that. I'll do that, folks. So check us out on Twitter, at Podfight Vancast. Check us out on YouTube, at Podfight Vancast. Yep. We're there as well. We'll start having videos soon. But follow us on the podcast apps you listen to us on. Follow us there. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us a rating. 5-star rating would be great. Really helps us out. Apparently, I don't know. So they say. And
share with your friends. Yeah.
Share. Oh yeah. Well, share it with your friends. Please share it with your friends. Tell them about it. Tell it to your card collector groups that you're part of. And just sit down and stand up your Vanguard and listen to us. Well, guys, I've been Nate. He's been Ryan. Say bye, Ryan.
Bye, Ryan.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't like that. No. I don't like that as much.
No. I do enjoy Hi Ryan. I think that just works.
Yeah, it's annoying. It annoys me.
That's why it enjoys. I enjoy it.
I just don't. I think it's an old joke, and I hate. I hate you have a catchphrase that you've created. I don't have one of those, and I don't want to. Do you know what? I say that's right so much. I go, that's right, and then start a new one. As if to semi-segue, and I have to edit it out of every podcast. I probably edit it out of at least 10 per episode. And I'm glad I do, because I hate it. I hate hearing me say that's right, because it sounds like I'm disingenuous. It sounds like I'm not listening to you. I say that's right, new conversation. But that would be my catchphrase, and I hate that. I hate it. And I know that I have said it throughout this episode to the point where I'm probably going to leave it in. I'm going to listen back to it. I'm going to leave them in, listen back to it, and I'll report back to you at next episode. I'll tell you how many that's rights I said. Seriously, I know I said one and I cringed. I heard myself say it and went, ugh. Yeah. So I'm trying my best not to say them, but even when I try, I still say it. So I'll leave him in this time and everyone can go, geez, he does say it a lot. Yeah.
Anyway.
But, yeah, that's right. So we'll end it here. I did that. That's right on purpose. Everybody listen to our music. Goodbye.
It's that time again, time to say goodbye to a friend. Oh, don't cry, for we will ride again. Dry your eyes. Well, we will ride again. No sighs. We'll be back next week, my friends.